Choose Your World, From Mass Democracy to Real Democracy, by Andrew D. Atkin, 27th of April 2016, and my blog is Building Utopia. My proposition is that New Zealand should be broken up into hundreds of micro-countries, all operating independently, but connected. This is the only way we can achieve true individual and democratic freedom. For a crude example, to show what I mean, take one micro-country that loves dangerous dogs roaming the streets, and another micro-country that loves cute little cats. With my model, the dangerous dog lovers cannot force the cat lovers to live with dangerous dogs, roaming the cat lovers' streets. And the cat lovers can't force the dangerous dog lovers to only own corgis within the dog lovers' communities. So it's good for the dog lovers and the cat lovers. Both groups get what they want. Not only do people have much more power in their vote with radically decentralized democracy, but they can collectivize to the micro-countries best suited to themselves. You can play Choose Your World, so to speak. The following is my model and my broader argument. Mass democracy is not participatory, as people form their opinions passively. They don't know what they don't know, and they don't care to find out, and for understandable reasons. Because when your vote is a chronically diluted 1 of a million, and you have no real power to communicate with others at scale, there is really no point. And the result is clear. Mass democracy is then directed by mass media. Again, we don't know what we don't know, and so we will only know what the media may choose to tell us. So what is the better way? The solution to achieving true democracy, ahead of its dehumanizing cousin mass democracy, is obvious. You need to decentralize political power to small, localized units. So virtually all public action, relating to both finance and regulation, are carried out at local levels. Now I'm talking about units no bigger than around 10,000 persons, because when the scale is that small, any politically active individual can form an effective communication with their democratic group and in spite of media discretion, of which is intrinsically, otherwise, unavoidable. Central government should in turn be reduced to only what it is genuinely needed for. It should not be a major player in our lives, and it certainly doesn't need to be. And in turn, central government should operate on a comparatively tiny budget, and for the most part be politically irrelevant. Now if this idea sounds crazy and unworkable to you, then I would like to point out Switzerland. Switzerland, with their system of cantons and communes, is the closest working example to what I'm talking about. And Switzerland is one of the most stable and prosperous nations on earth. So no, this is not a crazy idea for a modern age. It's entirely sensible. Modelling a localized community. To form a new social structure that is a micro instead of a mass democracy, and to do so effectively, the localized units should have to take care of their own welfare systems. For the most part, the localized communities would need to fund and manage their own health, education, and benefit systems. That's what it will take to keep most of the public money, and in turn the power, local. But these functions can be accommodated efficiently on the small, localized levels. An autonomous micro-country would also need to control its own borders, meaning they should function like large, gated communities where freedom of association and disassociation are respected and enforced. If your micro-country doesn't want to have much to do with criminals and junkies, for example, then that's fair enough, because all communities should have the right to choose their own company. And note also that with technology, local border control is now easy and discreet. The national picture. From here there are two things I need to clear up. Having a society made up of highly independent, localized units does not mean isolated units. They would of course be free to trade and cooperate to integrate with the broader national society. They just retain their critical independence with the fundamental things that matter the most. And note also, I am not against central governments. We need central governments for collective protection against serious external threats, environmental defence, and the protection of human rights, etc. But this is pretty much where the role of national governments should begin and end. The bulk of our lives should be locally managed. That is what will give us a society that is free in the most real sense. Free because it responds so closely to the will of the people, and people who are naturally interested and engaged with their private democracies, as their voices will not be reduced to virtual irrelevance. And free because they have real choice to choose the micro-country that is the closest match to their natural preference. Thank you.